Positive English Podcast, Episode 9, The Power of Small Habits. Nylor, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Positive English Podcast. I'm thrilled to have you join me for another episode focused on bringing positivity and practical English learning into your day. How are you all doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic week. In today's episode, we're diving into something that might seem small, but has a huge impact on our lives and our progress in learning English, the power of small habits. We often think that big changes require massive effort, but the truth is, consistent small actions can lead to remarkable results over time. Think about it, learning a new word every day, spending just 5 minutes practicing your pronunciation, or reading a short English article before bed. These tiny steps, when done regularly, compound and create significant progress. We'll explore why these small habits are so effective, how to identify habits that align with your English learning goals, and some practical tips on how to build and maintain them. We'll also look at some common pitfalls to avoid when trying to establish new routines. So, whether you're aiming to improve your fluency, expand your vocabulary, or simply feel more confident using English, understanding the power of small habits can be a game changer. Let's get started. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. You didn't start by cycling for miles, did you? You began with small steps, maybe just balancing with someone holding on, then short pedals. Gradually, these small, consistent efforts led to you being able to ride independently. Learning English is similar. Trying to cram hours of study into one day might feel productive initially, but it's often unsustainable. Small, consistent efforts are much more effective in the long run. For example, instead of trying to memorize 50 new words in one sitting, try learning just 5 new words each day. Over a week, that's 35 words, a much more manageable and less overwhelming approach. The key is consistency. Even on days when you feel busy or unmotivated, committing to a small English-related task, like listening to a short audio clip or reviewing a few flashcards, helps maintain momentum. These small wins also build confidence and make the overall goal of English proficiency feel less daunting. To build these small habits, start by identifying 1 or 2 specific, achievable actions you can incorporate into your daily routine. Make them so easy that you can't say no. For instance, I will spend 5 minutes reading an English news article every morning, or I will learn 3 new English words during my lunch break. Remember to be patient with yourself. Building new habits takes time and effort. Don't get discouraged if you miss a day or 2. Just get back on track as soon as you can. The cumulative effect of these small, positive habits will surprise you in the long run. We're going to take a much deeper dive into this topic. We'll unravel the psychological underpinnings of why these seemingly insignificant actions yield such significant results over time. We'll also explore a wider range of practical small habits that you can seamlessly integrate into your daily routine to accelerate your English learning journey. Think about the grandest oak tree. It didn't become a towering giant overnight. It started as a tiny acorn, nurtured by consistent sunlight and rain. Similarly, your English proficiency won't blossom from sporadic, intense study sessions alone. It's the consistent, small efforts, the daily watering of your linguistic seeds, that will cultivate fluency and confidence. We'll discuss how to strategically identify small habits that directly address your specific English learning goals, whether it's enhancing your vocabulary, improving your pronunciation, boosting your listening comprehension, or sharpening your writing skills. We'll also delve into proven strategies for building these habits effectively and, crucially, how to overcome the inevitable challenges and setbacks that might arise along the way. Furthermore, We'll examine the neurological basis of habit formation, understanding how our brains are wired to respond to consistent routines. This knowledge can empower you to work with your brain, rather than against it, in establishing lasting English learning habits. So, if you're truly committed to making consistent and sustainable progress in your English language journey, then grab a comfortable seat, perhaps a cup of your favorite beverage, and let's embark on this in-depth exploration of the profound power of small habits. The psychology behind the power of small habits. The effectiveness of small habits isn't just anecdotal, it's deeply rooted in psychological principles. One key concept is the idea of marginal gains, often popularized in the context of sports. The principle suggests that small, incremental improvements in various aspects of a system can lead to significant overall gains when compounded over time. In the context of English learning, each new word learned, each minute of focused listening, each sentence correctly constructed is a marginal gain that contributes to your overall proficiency. Another crucial element is the reduction of cognitive load. When we try to undertake large, ambitious tasks, our brains can feel overwhelmed, leading to procrastination and burnout. Small habits, on the other hand, require minimal mental effort to initiate, making them far more likely to be consistently performed. The barrier to entry is low, and the feeling of accomplishment, however small, reinforces the behavior. The habit loop. Understanding the habit loop, a neurological framework described by Charles Duhigg in The Power of Habit, can be incredibly insightful. The habit loop consists of three parts. Cue, a trigger that initiates the behavior. Routine, the behavior itself. Reward, the positive reinforcement you receive after completing the routine. By consciously designing these three elements for your desired English learning habits, you can significantly increase your chances of success. For example, Cue, setting an alarm for 10 minutes each evening. Routine, practicing English pronunciation using a specific app. Reward, feeling satisfied that you've taken a step towards clearer communication. Identifying small habits for your English learning goals. The most effective small habits are those that directly align with your specific English learning objectives. Let's consider some common goals and corresponding small habits. Goal, expanding vocabulary. Habit, learn one new word and its usage every morning while having breakfast. Habit, review 3 previously learned words before going to bed. Habit, look up any unfamiliar word you encounter while reading or listening and note it down. Habit, use one new word in a sentence during your daily conversation. Goal, improving pronunciation. Habit, listen to 5 minutes of an English podcast or audiobook and focus on the speaker's intonation and rhythm. Habit, practice saying 3 challenging English words aloud in front of a mirror. Habit, record yourself speaking a short English sentence and compare it to a native speaker's pronunciation. Habit, use a pronunciation app for 2 minutes each day. Goal, enhancing listening comprehension. Habit, listen to a short English news report or a song with lyrics while commuting. Habit, watch a 5-minute segment of an English TV show or movie with subtitles. Habit, have a short English conversation with a language partner or tutor once a day. Habit, listen to a short English story or anecdote before sleep. Goal, sharpening writing skills. Habit, write one short English sentence in a journal each day. Habit, reply to one social media comment in English. Habit, summarize a short English article in your own words. Habit, Spend 5 minutes proofreading a piece of English writing. Goal: increasing fluency and confidence. Habit: think in English for 5 minutes each day. Habit: describe your surroundings or your daily activities in English to yourself. Habit: participate in a short online English discussion forum. Habit: ask one question in English each day. Strategies for building and maintaining small habits. Simply identifying small habits isn't enough, you need effective strategies to build and maintain them. Start small and be specific. As the name suggests, keep the initial habit incredibly small and clearly defined. Instead of study English daily, opt for review 5 vocabulary flashcards after brushing my teeth. The more specific and easier the habit, the higher the likelihood of sticking to it. Anchor your habits, connect your new desired habit to an existing habit. This leverages the power of your established routines. For example, after I finish my morning coffee, I will read one page of an English book. Make it obvious, design your environment to make your desired habit cues more visible. Leave your English textbook on your desk, set reminders on your phone, or keep your vocabulary flashcards by your bedside. Make it attractive, associate your habit with positive reinforcement. Reward yourself after completing your small English task, even if it's just a moment of satisfaction or ticking it off a list. Make it easy, reduce any friction associated with the habit. If you want to practice listening, have your podcasts readily accessible. If you want to write, keep a notebook and pen handy. Track your progress. Monitoring your habit adherence can be highly motivating. Use a habit tracker app, a calendar, or a simple checklist to visualize your consistency. Seeing a streak of completed habits can reinforce the behavior. Be patient and persistent. Building new habits takes time. Don't get discouraged if you miss a day or two. The key is to get back on track as quickly as possible. Consistency over time is more important than perfection. Focus on 1 or 2 habits at a time. Avoid overwhelming yourself by trying to implement too many new habits simultaneously. Start with 1 or 2 that feel manageable and gradually add more as they become ingrained. Reflect and adjust. Regularly review your habits and their effectiveness. If a particular habit isn't yielding the desired results or feels too challenging to maintain, be willing to adjust it. Experiment to find what works best for you. Embrace the power of just 5 minutes. On days when you feel particularly unmotivated, tell yourself you'll just do your English habit for 5 minutes. Often, once you get started, you'll find it easier to continue. And even if you only do 5 minutes, you've still maintained your consistency. Overcoming challenges and setbacks. The journey of building new habits isn't always smooth. Here are some common challenges and strategies to overcome them. Lack of time. Even with small habits, finding the time can feel difficult. Look for small pockets of time throughout your day, during your commute, during breaks, while waiting in line. Even 5 to 10 minutes can be valuable. Lack of motivation. Motivation can fluctuate. Relying solely on motivation is a recipe for inconsistency. Focus on building systems and routines that don't depend on feeling inspired. Forgetting. Use visual cues and reminders to help you remember your habits. Set alarms on your phone, leave notes for yourself, or integrate your English habit into an existing routine. Feeling overwhelmed. If you feel overwhelmed, revisit your habits and make them even smaller or simpler. Remember, the goal is consistency, not intensity. Perfectionism: don't let the pursuit of perfection prevent you from starting or maintaining your habits. Small, imperfect action is better than no action at all. Setbacks: missing a day or even a week is normal. Don't let it derail your progress. Acknowledge it, learn from it, and recommit to your habits. Specific small habits to integrate into your day. Here are some more specific examples of small English learning habits you can weave into your daily life. Morning routine. Listen to a short English news briefing while getting ready. Learn one new English idiom or phrasal verb. Read one page of an English novel or article. Commute. Listen to an English podcast or audiobook. Review vocabulary flashcards. Think about your day ahead in English. Work/study breaks. Watch a short English educational video on YouTube. Practice your pronunciation using an app. Write a short English email to a colleague or friend. Lunch break. Read an English news article or blog post. Have a short English conversation with a language partner online. Learn a few new words related to your work or studies. Evening routine. Watch a short segment of an English TV show or movie. Write a few sentences in an English journal. Review what you learned in English during the day. Before bed. Listen to a calming English story or meditation. Review your vocabulary notes for the day. Set a small English learning goal for the next day. The compound effect of small habits. The true power of small habits lies in their compound effect. Just like small amounts of interest accumulate over time to create significant wealth, small, consistent efforts in English learning accumulate to produce remarkable improvements in your proficiency. Imagine learning just 5 new words every day. In a week, that's 35 words. In a month, it's around 150 words. In a year, you'll have added over 1,800 new words to your vocabulary. This is the magic of compounding. Similarly, spending just 10 minutes practicing your pronunciation daily might seem insignificant, but over weeks and months, your clarity and confidence in speaking will improve dramatically. The key is to be patient and trust the process. The results might not be immediately visible, but with consistent effort, you will see tangible progress over time. Think of yourself as a gardener tending to a plant. Small, regular watering and care will eventually lead to a beautiful bloom. In this extended episode, we've taken a deep dive into the profound power of small habits for English learning. We've explored the psychological principles that underpin their effectiveness, including the concept of marginal gains and the reduction of cognitive load. We've examined the habit loop and how understanding its components can help you build lasting routines. We've also identified a wide range of specific small habits that align with various English learning goals, such as expanding vocabulary, improving pronunciation, enhancing listening comprehension, sharpening writing skills, and increasing fluency and confidence. Furthermore, we've discussed practical strategies for building and maintaining these habits, including starting small, anchoring habits, making them obvious, attractive, and easy, tracking progress. Being patient, focusing on 1 or 2 habits at a time, reflecting and adjusting, and embracing the just 5 minutes rule. We've also addressed common challenges and setbacks in habit formation and offered strategies to overcome them. Finally, we've highlighted the incredible compound effect of small habits, emphasizing that consistent Tiny efforts accumulate over time to produce significant and lasting improvements in your English proficiency. Remember, the journey to English fluency is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And it's the consistent, small steps you take each day that will ultimately lead you to your goal. Embrace the power of small habits, be patient with yourself, and celebrate every little bit of progress you make. Lore, and that brings us to the end of this more in-depth exploration of the power of small habits. I truly hope this extended discussion has provided you with valuable insights and practical strategies that you can implement in your own English learning journey. Before we conclude, let's look at a few more idioms that resonate with the theme of gradual progress and the impact of small actions. Inch by inch, it's a cinch. This idiom emphasizes that a task that seems difficult can be accomplished easily if broken down into small steps. For example, learning a new language can seem daunting, but inch by inch, it's a cinch. Drop by drop, the bucket fills. This proverb highlights that consistent small contributions can lead to a significant accumulation over time. In the context of learning, don't be discouraged by slow progress. Drop by drop, your knowledge will grow. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. This well-known saying underscores the importance of taking that initial small action to embark on a larger goal. Feeling overwhelmed by English? Remember, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Start with one small habit today. Slow and steady wins the race. This fable-based idiom reminds us that consistent effort, even if slow, is more effective than sporadic bursts of activity. Don't try to cram everything in at once. Slow and steady wins the race in language learning. Thank you once again for joining me on the Positive English Podcast. I encourage you to identify one or two small English learning habits that you can start implementing today. Remember, every little effort counts, and the cumulative effect will be truly remarkable. Keep practicing, stay positive, and I look forward to connecting with you in our next episode. Expanded hashtags for SEO. So, to wrap up today's episode, we've explored the incredible power of small habits in our English learning journey. Remember that consistent, tiny actions, like learning a few new words daily or spending a short time practicing, can lead to significant progress over time. Start small, be consistent, and be patient with yourself. Every little bit counts. Lore, and that brings us to the end of another episode. Before we go, here are a couple of idioms related to our topic today. Little by little, this means gradually, in small stages. For example, little by little, your English will improve with consistent practice. Every little helps. This emphasizes that even small contributions or efforts can be valuable. For instance, don't underestimate learning just one new phrase a day. Every little helps. Thank you so much for tuning into the Positive English Podcast. Keep practicing, stay positive, and I'll catch you in the next episode. This content aims to be engaging, informative, and helpful for English learners, while also being manageable within a 5-minute time frame when spoken. The introduction and conclusion provide a friendly frame, and the idioms add practical value. The hashtags are designed to improve searchability.